y'all came back for part 2? Let me find out y'all rocking with the kid like that. Nah, you stop playing. I know y'all rocking with me like that. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony. If you guys missed part 1, which was us rebuilding the Golden State Warriors using James Wiseman, go back and check that video out. Check that rebuild out. You know the drill. Go back and watch it, bro. Why are you here? How you gonna watch part 2 without watching part 1? Go back and check that out. Watch that rebuild because that rebuild is lit, bro. That rebuild was definitely fire. So getting into things, as you guys already know, you guys should already know this, but I'm gonna hit you guys with a quick recap just in case you guys don't know, or if you've been living under a rock. James Wiseman decided to leave the University of Memphis to get ready and prepare for the NBA draft. Now, what team is he gonna be drafted to in real life? We don't know that yet because, of course, 2020 NBA draft, well, 2020 offseason isn't even here yet. The playoffs didn't even come. Matter of fact, the All-Star break didn't even happen in real life yet. So we're a long ways away from that. But what if the Memphis Grizzlies were to draft James Wiseman? I mean, speaking of the draft, Memphis is projected to have a top 10 pick, but they're not in the top 5. So how are they gonna end up getting James Wiseman? Well, let's hop into this season, let's hop into this rebuild, and I'll show you guys exactly what's gonna happen. So I did a start today, or start now, whatever you want to call it, my league, where we hopped into the season for the Memphis Grizzlies right now. And to be honest, I looked at this Grizzlies roster and I was like, bro, this team actually have a lot of good young talent, just like the Golden State Warriors do. The question is, how long is it going to take these players like Ja Morant or Jaren Jackson Jr. to reach their true potential? In my opinion, give them a few years and they are going to be balling out, bro. Look at players like De'Aaron Fox. When he first came into the league, he was pretty quiet, but now, dude is balling out, straight beasting. Now, hopping into the season, we are 11-19 for the season so far. That is not bad at all, bro. Like, really. For this Memphis Grizzlies team, although they're rebuilding, 11-19 is not bad. They're doing way better than my New York Knicks. But nonetheless, Andre Iguodala, right? Right now, he's out for personal reasons, but we gotta find him a trade, bro. Because in real life, that's exactly what the Grizzlies are doing, trying to find a trade for Andre Iguodala, preferably send him to some sort of contender in the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference. Get him to a team that's contending. That's what we're gonna do once he's healed from his personal reasons injury. After simulating past a couple of games, he has fully healed from personal reasons. Time to find him that trade. So because of his high salary, there's not many trades that we can do for Andre Iguodala. So I found a trade for Ken Bazemore and a future draft pick. I'm gonna just go ahead and take that. In my opinion, Andre Iguodala on the Portland Trailblazers with Melo, Dame, CJ. Pretty good team. So now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the season, and we got the Rookie of the Year in your boy Ja Morant, averaging 18 points per game this season. Dude balled out, got the Rookie of the Year trophy, brung that home to Memphis. That's pretty lit. Shout out to my guy. Checking out the player stats from this season, we had quite a few players averaging double figures in points per game. That's pretty lit. Ja Morant, leading scorer, of course. Then my son Triple J, out for the season. Bro, a season-ending injury for Jaren Jackson Jr. That's probably why we didn't make the playoffs. Matter of fact, I don't even know if we made the playoffs right now. But 31-51 in the Western Conference is not enough to get you into the playoffs. You gotta win at least more than 40 games. You gotta be at least above 500. Matter of fact, I can't even say that either. You could be above 500 in the Western Conference and not make the playoffs. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. Pretty decent season for us. Pretty decent season for our players. 31 wins. I'll take it. And in terms of the NBA playoffs, Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Lakers, NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Greek Freak brung a championship to Milwaukee. That's pretty lit. Shout out to the Greek Freak. And oh yeah, talk about a good trade for the Portland Trailblazers. Look at their roster. Andre Iguodala, Carmelo Anthony, they got Nurkic, CJ, Dame, and they got to the Western Conference Finals, took the Lakers to 7 games. Pretty lit. So now looking at the lottery odds, we are projected to have the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft. That's no good. We're not going to get James Wiseman with the 5th overall pick. Hopefully we can move up. Got my fingers crossed. And ladies and gentlemen, move up we did. Somehow, someway, we secured the 2nd overall pick in this year's NBA draft. The first pick is going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's pretty lit. I'm hyped, bro. First pick going to the Cleveland Cavs. Second pick going to us. Third pick going to the New York Knicks. Hopefully in real life, my Knicks could secure the #1 pick in the NBA draft. I've been waiting for that to happen for years. Like, make my Knicks good again. So now continuing with the offseason, first order of business is getting a better head coach for this Memphis Grizzlies squad. And the coach that I want is Jason Kidd. I feel like his defensive mindset, look, you see it right there. A- in defense. Bro, we have to get him on this squad. I'm trying to create a squad that prides themselves on playing defense. We're going back to that grit and grind era in Memphis. That was OD lit. I gotta get a team like that back, bro. So I offered Jason Kidd a contract, and ladies and gentlemen, he accepted it. He is our new head coach. Welcome him to the squad. Newest head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jason Kidd. Moving on to the NBA draft, the Cavs had the #1 pick, like I said, and with the #1 pick, they drafted our guy, James Wiseman, who this rebuild was supposed to be about, bro. But now here's where the fun begins. If you guys don't remember, the Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks made a swap. Luka Doncic was drafted by the Hawks. He got traded to Dallas. That's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to make a trade for that #1 pick. We gonna make that trade for James Wiseman, and to be honest, I feel like that's the only way that the Memphis Grizzlies will get him in real life. They gotta trade up, and trade up is exactly what we did. We offered the Cleveland Cavaliers Jonas Valanciunas and the 2nd overall pick in the NBA draft, and the Cavs accepted the trade. Ladies and gentlemen, we got our guy. Time to really get this rebuild on the road. And also during this NBA draft, we had like a ton of draft picks. I didn't even realize that, but we got Isaiah Stewart, also Amir Silla, and Desmond Bane. I decided I'm signing all these rookies. You never know who could be the next star. But before we hit free agency, I decided to get rid of a few players, clear some cap space, and see if we could get some picks back for these players, because honestly, although these players are promising, I kind of don't want them. Grayson Allen, I'm sorry. Bruno, Marco, you guys gotta go. I traded those 3 players, a 2nd-round draft pick, to the Sacramento Kings for 2 future first-rounders. One of them are unprotected, but one of those picks are top 3 protected. The Kings are not that bad that they're gonna finish in the top 3, so those 2 picks are basically unprotected. Then we get to free agency, and ladies and gentlemen, talk about a good free agency. We had a lot of cap space, bro. You see our cap space right there at the top of the screen. We had so much money to spend, and I feel like this is something the Grizzlies would do in real life as well. DeMar DeRozan, although he's a bit older, signed him to a max contract. He is going to be an excellent addition to this team, pairing him with Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., pairing him with James Wiseman and John Morant. That's a pretty beast starting 5, bro. We also signed Marcus Morris Sr., Elfrid Payton, DeAndre Bembry, and Jay Crowder. But then guess what? We couldn't get our hands on DeAndre because the Atlanta Hawks have decided to match our offer sheet, so we didn't get DeAndre. And we ended free agency getting 2 more players. Bismack Biyombo, we needed somebody at the backup center. Added him to the squad, 78 overall. All we need him for is rebounding. And I also brought in Troy Daniels because we need some more depth at the shooting guard position. So Troy Daniels, brought him to the squad. He can knock down the 3 ball. Welcome to the squad, bro. Not for long, though. And speaking of tool guards, Troy Daniels right now is our best tool guard. That's not good at all. So I decided to trade Kyle Anderson and a future first rounder for Malik Monk. Have him be the starting tool guard for us. Charlotte Hornets accepted the deal. Welcome to the squad, Malik Monk. Now we get to the player progression menu. John Morant on the, he's increasing, bro. He's on the rise. But then, of course, we have players like Marcus Morris and, of course, your man DeMar DeRozan. Their overall regressed a little bit. Well, they regressed a little bit. Of course, you could probably figure out that was going to happen, but it doesn't matter. I feel like this team is still low-key lit. I mean, look at this roster. Our second unit, in all honesty, is not that good at all. But our starting 5 is pretty beastly, in my opinion. John Morant, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Jaren Jackson Jr., James Wiseman. That's a pretty good starting 5. That starting 5 is good enough to get us at least, I'll say 35, 40 wins maybe. Probably an 8th seed in the Western Conference. I don't know. I'll see you guys at the end of this season. Let's see what happens. So now we get to the end of the season. Nobody won any rewards, but We won 42 games. We were 42-40 for the NBA season. Our team chemistry is a little bit low, but 42 wins, I will definitely take that, bro. Way more than I expected. And looking at the team stats, Ja Morant averaged 21 points per game. His PPG average went up. He also averaged 8 assists per game. That's pretty lit. But James Wiseman, first season in the NBA, averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. That is amazing. I have no idea how he didn't win Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year went to LaMelo Ball. Jaren Jackson Jr. did his thing. DeMar DeRozan, 13 points per game. He should be averaging at least 15, bro. 13 points is kind of low for DeMar DeRozan. Rest of the team did their thing, and we had a pretty good season. But now we find ourselves in the first round, 7th seed, matched up against the 2nd seeded San Antonio Spurs. How does the Spurs get the 2nd seed in the Western Conference after we traded DeMar DeRozan? The roster isn't even that fire, bro. But anyways, time to simulate this round. I don't expect us to beat the Spurs. We're probably gonna take them to 7 games at least, but we win game 1. They got game 2. Who's gonna win game 3? They got game 3. Game 4 goes to us. Come on, we gotta get game 5. Oh no, the Spurs got game. Oh wait. Oh, we won. I thought we got eliminated. So we forced a game 7 against the San Antonio Spurs, and somehow, some way, we made it to the next round, bro. But now we might as well end the season here because the season is over for us. We're not gonna win. DeMar DeRozan averaging 29 points per game in the playoffs so far. He is injured. It's over for us. James Wiseman averaging 20. Same thing for Ja Morant. So that's a pretty good trio right there. DeMar, Wiseman, Ja Morant. They were doing their thing in the first round, but of course with DeMar injured right now, and now we have to rely on Ja Morant, Wiseman, and Triple J when they're not fully developed yet. Probably gonna go like 6 games this series against the Clippers, but there's no way we're beating Kawhi and the Clippers, bro. So now let's see if our season is indeed over. Simulating this round against the Los Angeles Clippers. They got a 3-0 series lead. Do we get swept? No, we did not get swept, but we managed to win a game. And of course, we got eliminated in the 2nd round. I expected that to happen. I'm just thankful we didn't get swept. We showed some fight. We showed some grit and grind. I'm proud of my team. And when it comes to the rest of the playoffs, somehow, someway, the Warriors are in the finals with the Sixers. And the Sixers swept the Golden State Warriors. Let that sink in. The Golden State Warriors got swept. That's not gonna happen in real life. So now it's time for the draft lottery once again. And check this out, we're projected to get the 5th overall pick thanks to the Sacramento Kings. If you guys don't remember, last season we made that trade. It was a top 3 protected. If the pick lands in the top 3, the Kings get it. If it lands outside of the top 3, it's our pick. And our pick it is because, ladies and gentlemen, the pick fell out of the top 3. And with the 7th overall pick in the NBA draft, it's gonna go to us, the Memphis Grizzlies. I honestly don't know who I'm gonna choose with that pick. And honestly, I don't know if I want to keep that pick. So now I'm thinking, what should I do with that pick? In all honesty, I really don't want it. It's top 10, but it's 7th. Like, it's not even top 5. I don't really want it. Then I started to think, DeMar DeRozan is on the decline. He is kind of injury prone. He got injured a lot last season. So what if I put 2 and 2 together and trade DeMar DeRozan with the pick? Who can I get? So I opened up Trade Finder, and bro, look at this trade. I could trade away DeMar DeRozan and that 7th overall pick in the NBA draft for Zach LaVine, and the Bulls are willing to throw in a future 1st rounder. Needless to say, I'm going to accept this deal. This is a beast trade, bro. I got to accept it. Bulls agreed to my offer. Ladies and gentlemen, your new backcourt, Ja Morant and Zach LaVine, fire. After that huge trade, we move on to the pending option section. Of course, you guys already know my motto. If they have a team option on their contract, you pick up that team option unless they're trash. So I'm picking up the team option on Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., of course, Brandon Clark, and Desmond Bane. Welcome back to the squad, guys. I know y'all want to be here. And I also gave Malik Monk the qualifying offer. In my opinion, I know he's probably not going to accept it. So Malik Monk, I'm not willing to pay you a lot of money this offseason. Guess we might just have to let him go. So now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the offseason. We still have a lot of cap space. We have a lot of financial flexibility. $45 million in cap space. A lot of good free agents. You guys already know who I'm going after. Either a small forward or a shooting guard. Although we just got Zach LaVine, I could still trade him. He's still eligible to be traded. But let's see who we get. So at the end of the free agency moratorium period, bro, look at who we got. Tristan Thompson, DeAndre Bembry, we finally got him on the squad. Jay Crowder, Elfrid Payton, and Paul George. Paul George decided to leave the Los Angeles Clippers and come join us here in Memphis. It is, yo, that's so lit. But at first I thought it was unrealistic that Paul George signed with us, but his running mate Kawhi Leonard signed with another team before he signed with us. So of course if Kawhi leaves, Paul George is going to leave as well. So I'm glad that he signed with us. But guess what team Kawhi Leonard signed with? My man signed with my New York Knicks. If this was to happen in real life, bro, I will cry real tears of joy. Man signed with my Knicks. Knicks got Kawhi Leonard, Mitchell Robinson is doing good. They also got Anthony Edwards. Bro, if that happens to my Knicks in real life, you guys, I'll make a video of me just crying real tears, bro. But anyways, back to our squad. Oh yeah, we didn't get DeAndre Bembry because we didn't have enough money to sign him. So instead of getting my son Bembry on the squad, we signed Danny Green. We had to settle for him. And I'm pretty sure during the player progression part of like off season, his overall is going to drop from like a 74 to like a 70. I guarantee you, because he's pretty old. So now we're here. Player progression, Paul George, his overall went down a little bit. It's bound to happen, but bro, he's still a 90 overall. That's what I really care about. And everybody else, well, most of our other players are on the rise. They are increasing. James Wiseman, 86 overall now. Ja Morant, bro, this team is looking beautiful. So now here we are in the new season, and normally I don't make trades when I first start the season. I just simulate to the end, but this trade I have to make because looking at our power forward position, it's a bit cramped with a lot of good players. Triple J, 84 overall. Brandon Clark, 81. Yo, 81 overall? How did he jump up so high? Isaiah Stewart, also an 80 overall. He's been progressing. One of these players got to go, and in my opinion, Brandon Clark, I gotta let you go, bro. So I opened up Trade Finder, and one thing that I really need on this team right now is a backup shooting guard, because of course Malik Monk never came back to the Memphis Grizzlies, although I offered him the qualifying offer. So I found a good deal with the Miami Heat for Tyler Hero. I'm gonna do this deal. Tyler Hero for Brandon Clark and a second round pick. I'm doing this deal. The Miami Heat agreed. So welcome to our squad, Tyler Hero. Zach LaVine with Hero coming off the bench behind him. Fuego. And also, just to be on the safe side, I signed Maurice Harkless, backup power forward. Well, a backup power forward that's not really that good, but we just need him for defense. He agreed to our offer, so welcome him to the squad. So now, bro, look at this squad. It's beautiful. Our second unit largely improved from last season. We got Marcelo on the team now. Last season, he was playing overseas, but we signed him to his rookie contract this season, so we got him on the squad. He's a 79 overall. We got Tyler Hero coming off the bench. Isaiah Stewart. Yo, our team is looking good. And then look at this beast starting five. We got Ja Morant and Zach LaVine in the backcourt. Paul George in the front court with Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. and James Wiseman. Bro, we have to win at least more than 50 games. We have to be a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. Probably like maybe 4th, or I'll say 3rd. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go with the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, the Wild Wild West. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. And here we are at the end of the season. 52 wins. We're 52-30, bro. Oh my goodness. No players on our squad won any awards, but that does not matter because 52 wins, we definitely have ourselves a playoff spot. But first, we gotta take a look at the player stats. Ja Morant, 13 points, 10 rebounds per game. Although he's not averaging more than 20, that's still extremely lit because this team have a lot of scoring punches and a lot of scoring options. So he doesn't need to average 20. James Wiseman right behind him, averaging 18 points. Paul George, 17. Zach LaVine, Jaren Jackson Jr. Our starting 5, OD Beastly. Really proud of this team. And I'm really proud of the way that I'm building this team, first things first. And the way the team is gelling together, because a starting 5 like this in real life should definitely work. So like I predicted, we are the 3rd seed in the Wild Wild West. And in the first round, we're going to be facing off against the Phoenix Suns. Ladies and gentlemen, easy series. We should definitely win this series. Definitely. We are going to go on to the second round. Look at us 3-1 series lead against the Phoenix Suns, make that a 4-1 series lead. Well, 4-1 series victory over Phoenix. And in the second round, we are going to be facing off against the Houston Rockets. And in my opinion, I don't know if we're going to win this series, but let's see how this thing goes. Simulating the round against the Houston Rockets, they get game 1. We got game 2. Game 3 goes to the Rockets. Game 4 goes to them. They got a 3-1 series lead. Can we force a game 7? We force a game 7. And we could not get past the Bear. We could not get past James Harden. Ladies and gentlemen, in the second round, we get eliminated by the Houston Rockets. As for the rest of the playoffs, Philadelphia 76ers, Houston Rockets, 7-game series. I am glad, bro. I'm glad the Houston Rockets did not win because they eliminated us. Shout out to the Sixers. And also shout out to Ben Simmons, Finals MVP. But now, ladies and gentlemen, here's where things got interesting. Chris Paul, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony all retired from the NBA at the end of last season. Bro, what? Bro, that's just insane to think about. All they're missing is D-Wade. Imagine if D-Wade was still playing and he decided to retire with them. Oh my goodness, that would have been like the perfect ending to all their careers. But Chris Paul, Carmelo went back to the Rockets and they beat us? That's some BS. He should have never went back to the Rockets. But Melo retired, LeBron retires, Chris Paul retires. And needless to say, LBJ, CP3, Melo all go into the Hall of Fame. Dwight Howard went into the Hall of Fame as well. I was not expecting that. But anyways, without LeBron in the Western Conference, bro, the only team we gotta get past is the Houston Rockets. Honestly, I feel like next season, our squad could win the championship, bro. So now it's time to speed through this offseason because I'm excited, bro. I'm licking my chops. LeBron isn't in the league right now. Looking at the lottery odds, we are projected to have the 2nd overall pick in the NBA draft thanks to the trade that we made with the Sacramento Kings. Oh my goodness, let's go. Also, we're projected to have another 1st rounder thanks to the Chicago Bulls and that Zach LaVine trade. And after the draft lottery, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft, the 12th overall pick in the NBA draft, and the 25th overall pick in the NBA draft. 3 first rounders, and in my opinion, well, for me personally, I don't want any of those picks. I'm just being honest. I gotta find a trade. And I know this trade might look a bit crazy, but I'm giving up 3 first rounders. The 3 first rounders that I have in this year's NBA draft for Josh Hart and a future 1st rounder from the New Orleans Pelicans. I need another scorer off the bench, bro. Like Zach LaVine with Josh Hart and Tyler Hero coming off the bench. Offense for days. So needless to say, I did this trade. I know this is a crazy trade. People in the comment section are probably going to go nuts on me, but it is what it is. And also, we did have some 2nd rounders, so I decided to keep Efton Reed. Keep him on the squad. We could always use a backup center just in case somebody gets injured. But moving on to the pending options, Tyler Hero, Marcella, Isaiah Stewart, James Wiseman, John Morant, picking up the team option on all of their contract. We are going to keep this team the same heading into next season because I feel like this team is going to be better enough next season after losing the 2nd round, learning from experience, to win an NBA championship. Then we get to the end of the free agency moratorium period. Like I said, I'm bringing back all my players. Jaren Jackson Jr., I matched his contract. I don't know who offered him a contract. It didn't tell me. Normally, it will tell me when somebody offers him a contract, but maybe because it's the moratorium period, I don't know. But Jaren Jackson Jr. matched his contract. He is coming back. Maurice Harkless bringing him back. Zach LaVine bringing him back on a max deal. We got our squad, bro. We got our championship squad. Looking at this roster, all I see is green. Look at all of the increases. Bro, Paul George is on the decline, but it does not matter. He is not the main star player on our team. Look at this. Nothing but green. Tristan Thompson, Josh Hart, Tyler Hero. Bro, our 2nd unit is beastly as well. This team is looking good. Bro, this is a championship roster, bro. Maurice Harkless, Jay Crowder, Alfred Payton, Tyler Hero, Josh Hart, Marcella, Isaiah Stewart, Tristan Thompson. That's our 2nd unit. That's who we got coming off the bench. Our starting 5, John Morant, Zach LaVine, Paul George, Jaren Jackson Jr., James Wiseman. I gotta keep them around. Gotta keep that core 5 together for as long as I can because these 5 players are gonna win us a championship at the end of this season, bro. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys at the end of this season. At the end of the season, 58 wins, bro. Look at that, 58 wins. We didn't win any awards. Well, none of my players won any awards. Does not matter. 58 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at your future NBA champs. Looking at the stats real quick, Ja Morant, James Wiseman averaging more than 20 points per game. This team is beastly. This team is insane. This team looks good. The championship is ours. I'm telling you guys, believe me. So now it's time to simulate the first round of the playoffs. We are matched up against the Golden State Warriors. Get them out of here. Once we get rid of them, it's easy pickings. And of course, we win 4-1. And up next, we are going to be facing off against the New Orleans Pelicans in the second round of the playoffs. This is interesting. Okay, so let's see the Pelicans roster. They got Lonzo Ball, RJ Hampton, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Jackson. Hey, okay. They got a pretty good squad. Like, I see the Pelicans over there rebuilding. They got a really, really good starting five. The rest of their squad is pretty decent as well. Matter of fact, they might give us a run for their money. Well, our money, not their money. So let's see what the Pelicans are really made of. Simulating our series against them. We got a 2-1 series lead right now, 3-1 series lead. Are we going to the NBA Western Conference Finals? I was gonna say NBA Finals, I'm jumping the gun. We got to the Western Conference Finals, and we're gonna be facing off against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. And look at this. Basically, the Portland Trailblazers only have Damian Lillard. The rest of the squad is pretty trash. So literally, Damian Lillard dragged the Portland Trailblazers to the Western Conference Finals, kicking and screaming. This is going to be an easy win. So simulating our series against the Blazers, this should be a sweep. So we couldn't get the sweep, 2K, like really. But anyways, 4-1 series victory over the Blazers. Of course, we are going to destroy them. We find ourselves in the NBA Finals matched up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons roster, how did they even make it to the NBA Finals? They still got Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. The rest of the squad looks decent, but not good enough to make it to the NBA Finals. But then I see your boy Ball, 85 overall now. I think he was the Rookie of the Year. I don't know how that keeps happening. Every rebuild that I do, for some reason, Ball ends up being the Rookie of the Year like 2 or 3 years later. They probably finally decide to play the guy. Like, bro, Ball literally led the Detroit Pistons to the NBA Finals. Crazy. But just like the last series against the Blazers, we got the championship 2-1 series lead. Oh no, the series is tied at 2-2. Now we got a 3-2 series lead. Let me stop the simulation right here. Jump in using Simcast. Whether we win or lose does not matter. Well, if we lose, Game 7. If we win the NBA championship. Pistons, we're on their home court. And look at this lead. We are destroying the Detroit Pistons. And ladies and gentlemen, the rebuild is complete. We're the NBA champions.
And the Memphis Grizzlies are your new NBA champions.
Well, they did it. And as they celebrate, you can just see the relief, the exhilaration that comes from winning it all.
You have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
Another day, another successful rebuild, another magical rebuild as we win the NBA championship. I put together a B squad for the Memphis Grizzlies. James Wiseman, Ja Morant, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., Paul George, Zach LaVine. That starting five is beastly. And ladies and gentlemen, you see them celebrating right here. We're your NBA champions. Rebuild complete, rebuild done. Oh man, I'm really glad that you guys told me to do this rebuild. James Wiseman, Memphis Grizzlies. If it happens in real life, in my opinion, within a few years, that core of Ja Morant with Triple J, James Wiseman is going to be beastly. And all you got to do is add a good shooting guard or small forward to that team. That team is going to be pretty good, bro. That team is definitely going to be good. I will give them, if they get Wiseman, probably like 4 or 5 years. And they will definitely be a force to reckon with in the Western Conference. So once again, we made it to the end of a beautiful rebuild. Memphis Grizzlies, your NBA champions. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, bro, you're the real MVP. I'm not even going to say that if you couldn't leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel, that's shady business. Although you should leave a like, leave a comment, and be subscribed to the channel, or else that is shady business. I just had to say that. But anyways, Get a real MVP, bro. This is like a 20+ minute long rebuild. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the future for more rebuilds. Also, be sure to click one of the playlists on the screen. Check out some of my other content because as always, my content is lit. My content is magical. But thank you guys once again. I'll see you guys in the next rebuild. This is the Prince of YouTube signing out.